Start today. I'm going back.
Thank you, guys.
That's what you said.
How are you?
Barry,
You're welcome. Appreciate it. I have a little more on the stick. I got those out before and not after.
Kind of fun to
Well,
read it.
it's,
I sent it to you.
Emotion sometimes isn't a good thing to
in case it comes in, they will.
let rule you. But thank you.
Every now and then, your boss likes to see that.
Thank you.
No, but go ahead. People come to the farm and we make cheese.
They're very entrepreneurial.
Okay, it's 9 o'clock. We'll call the meeting of the Lake County Board of Commissioners to order. We'll also be meeting at 9:15 as the Lincoln County Board of Equalization. We will be following the Open Meetings Act on both of those meetings, which is posted at the entry to the room. Our first order of business is to open with prayer. Commissioner Wooler, please.
Join me. Lord God, we come to you today humbled by the blessings of our community. Our prayer today is for your protection for those who protect us, first responders, law enforcement, and our military, both past and present, serving at home and abroad. Today and every day, we pray for our agriculture partners. Bless these families who work the soil and tend the herds. Bring them favors of ideal weather and strong markets. Give us your wisdom and strength for making good decisions here that support all Lincoln County residents, especially our ag partners, and help us support and protect the land that gives them their way of life. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Michaela. Next order of business, approve the minutes of the Lincoln County Board of Commissioners meeting held on March 11th, 2024. Entertain a motion if anybody's...
Chairman, I'd move that we approve those minutes of the Board of Commissioner meeting that was held March 11th of 2024.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Roll call, please, Tammy.
Weems.
Aye.
Woodruff.
All right.
Wheeler.
Aye.
Hughley.
Aye. Next order is claims and treasurer's receipts. I think we had those in our packet. Any discussion, or I would certainly entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'd make a motion that we approve the claims and treasurer's receipts as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Discussion?
Jason, I see that we got another highway allocation on the revenue side.
Okay. I was unaware we received it.
$387,925 and change. So that ought to help with some projects.
That doesn't surprise me at all, Jason. She sees it, she gets it right in the bank, so. The treasurer's happy to see that. Any other questions or discussions? Roll call, please, Tammy.
Woodruff.
Aye.
Wheeler.
Aye.
Weems.
Aye.
Hughley.
Aye. Next item is to authorize the chairman to sign the Nebraska Department of Revenue County City Lottery Operation Renewal Application for 2024 through 2026, which authorizes the applicants to conduct a lottery on behalf of the county. There is a check included.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion authorizing you to sign the Nebraska Department of Revenue County City Lottery Operation Renewal Application for 2024-2026, which authorizes the applicants to conduct the lottery on behalf of the county.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call, please, Tammy.
Wheeler.
Aye.
Weems.
Aye.
Woodruff.
Aye.
Hughley.
Aye. thank you, Becky, for having all these places marked for me. I never would have found all of them.
That's the way to do a claim.
Let me do the staples. I have no idea, Ken.
It's in there. Oh, there it is. Got clipped to the other. It's there.
That's kind of like right there. It's interesting. You know, I would have thought that that would have been
I
handled
should
by.
just clean out my
those
junk
must
drawer
be
at home and donate
dealers
them.
that sell them, you know,
They
in
write me a
kitchen,
ticket
you
if they
know,
don't put it in
because of what.
They don't.
So
there's no alterations
Can't
allowed?
can't mess with it.
I bet that's just for our workers that work here. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Marvin.
Good morning, Marvin.
The chore tractor's way over south. You're out of place.
It's unusual, it's the first time I've seen a J initialed on a bill.
Just update.
Right now.
Now we're, I would put it in on Monday morning, so we're gonna be now.
You might ask Becky if she has any more of those big pink paper clips. That looks pretty good.
I know.
I got many multicolored clips like that.
No, I mean, I like the file the way
Supplies
it
we
is.
found.
Instead of, those have to be attorneys.
It is indeed. $18,000 worth and change.
Look at how many you don't have to sign.
I know.
I like this.
We almost need a bigger clip, don't we?
But you know, I did like to compare the difference in how some of them charge and all.
You can still do that if you want to.
Just hoping that one of you guys were gonna look at those first.
I think the first person in line usually takes care of it.
Problem
Yeah.
is you don't have much of an alternative. May as well just sign them and go.
It is what it is, yeah, for sure.
We did get them down though from a quarter of an hour. Remember, standard was the 10th, so at least we got that part knocked out.
Somebody's still in the academy who's buying their lunch.
Yeah. I think I saw one for him last week too.
It's a good sign.
Yep.
Still there.
Good morning, Pat.
Pat, you drew the short straw today?
Yes, you did. But it was a good day to try it, so.
This is the lowest one I think I've ever seen, and it's a lot for an empty building.
This will take 25 minutes.
It's 7.
Yeah, then it turns into 30. They keep spinning and spinning.
Good morning, Alex.
Good morning. Same experience with the iPad or the MacBook thing. I thought it was just a Dell thing, like a MacBook thing. Like it takes forever to update.
It's 9:15. We will recess as the Lincoln County Board of Commissioners and convene as the Lincoln County Board of Equalization. Again, following the Open Meetings Act, a copy of which is posted at the entry of the room. First item is to approve the minutes regarding the Lincoln County Board of Equalization meeting held on March 11th, 2024.
Mr. Chairman, I'd make a motion we approve those minutes regarding Lincoln County Board of Equalization meeting held on March 11, 2024.
Second.
Motion and a second. Are there any discussion? Tammy, please.
Woodruff.
Aye.
Weems.
Aye.
Wheeler.
Aye.
Hughley.
Next item is certificates of correction and refund submitted by the county assessor. I see none. Good, thank you. And the motor vehicle exemption application submitted by the county treasurer. Looks like we do have one or two of those.
Chairman, we have 2 pages from one applicant, and they are page 1 and 2 as presented. Would be my motion, the application for exemption, Form 457 for the American National Red Cross, 1302 South Willow, in the following fleet vehicles: a Dodge Grand Caravan, 2013 year passenger van, a second Dodge Grand Caravan, 2018 year passenger van again, and then a Ram 3500 ProMaster light truck, a 2021 year model, and a second Ram 3500 ProMaster 2021 light truck, and finally a 2021 year model Ford Transit light truck. It's noted these are all used to transport supplies and staff to blood drives. It has been reviewed and approved by our county treasurer, therefore I would also move to approve as presented.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion?
I'm sorry, I have to amend that. We have one additional item, Chairman.
Sure. And is the second is comfortable with that?
My second stands.
Thank you. Let me add, page 2, a 2022 light truck. This says Ford Transit. It does have a VIN number, NM0LS7S29N0514216. Does not note the make of the vehicle, but nevertheless, there is a VIN number attached, and that is also part of this application.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call vote, please, Tammy.
Weems.
Aye.
Wheeler.
Aye.
Woodruff.
Aye.
Hughley.
Aye. Are there any other items to come before the County Board of Equalization? Hearing none, we will adjourn as the Lincoln County Board of Equalization at 9:18, reconvene as the Lincoln County Board of Commissioners. Next agenda item is at 9:30.
Hi, McCall's. Rob? Paul?
Kind of liking that cowboy hat, that dark brown. Ben, yours is good too, but it doesn't.
Those can be real controversial.
Good morning, David. I didn't see you come in over there.
David?
I'm Matthew's assistant.
I see that both families brought a real boss in, so.
Great taste in air.
He said this one, yes, at 9:20.
I'll give it to you in 22.
I wouldn't have come from 920.
Okay, I'll go to the hallway.
Does it take a while to get over it?
It's very hairy.
Excuse me.
Good, no?
Oh, good morning, Levi. Good morning. Thank you for coming in.
Pews me off about the state TV station.
What's that?
It pews me off that
Yeah. They can always take a snippet from the YouTube channel.
I wanted them interviewing people in the audience, not us.
They still have time. They can come rolling in here anytime.
And but I asked if they specifically be set up at 9:20.
You did.
Yeah, I called and I made that specific request.
Huh.
Andre said, well, yeah, I think she's planned on hanging. But nothing was even said.
Oh.
On number 49.
Do you have an agenda?
I always I take one. Excellent.
No.
They're on at 10:35, is that right?
Oh, I can't even imagine.
At least there's a sticky note.
Oh, yeah, no 49. The good news is I don't pay attention, so I would not notice.
He's gonna try.
Pardon me?
Andre's gonna try. We're running a little late. I said, here.
That's the reason I should ask for Beatrice.
Are you gonna give people an opportunity to just stand up and introduce
No,
themselves?
I'm gonna, what I wanted to do, we can do that, but when the TV was around, I wanted to ask the TV to actually interview them. I will ask them to introduce herself, the number of years and all that crap. But I wanted not that to be about us. I wanted it to be about them. So
Right. That's why I
that's
asked
why I
them.
wanted that thing set up when it was.
It took the dentistry's order that's really, really nice. Shelter mill, it took that, but it was a little bit. Yeah, it took three runs and built. We just.
Just a motion detector or cameras or what?
Must be the cameras.
They put cameras in out.
Annual monitoring fee. Oh, annual monitoring fee for Lincoln County Weed.
Apparently for some hardware.
I'm not really sure.
Nebraska Fire and Safety put in on that.
Yeah.
I would thought.
I wonder if it's tied into the sheriff's office.
I don't know. Good question. I can find out.
Because I was talking to Shane, Lindsay, and I understand they'll understand Maline's for Brandon, Morgan County, Chad. County, we have no place to cast, they have to go move from everything. They didn't have any facilities.
Take a deep breath, you'll be okay.
Okay, it will be.
This is now I have one unmarked. It is, but it's not this firm. Maybe it goes here.
Just came out Staples, I suppose.
That's what I'm thinking. I think it belongs together. They're from the same law firm, so I think they belong together.
Man, that keeps my coffee hot.
I did a little shot of Coke and I left it in the car. I mean,
I should've
Coca-Cola
left-
is what I meant.
I should have left the lid off of that a little while longer. It's hot. I think this one came.
Somebody's adding tape.
Been away for a while. One time, we went to someone, and
It's a good thing other people showed up and my people didn't. Yeah.
so maybe a member of that.
Can you do that? Yeah,
They're coming. I think she said they're coming out.
Yeah, Andrea is, because the gal was supposed to do it. He was hoping she would have been in by then. You know what? I'm hoping to get $1 million, but I don't.
Said I'm ready.
It's 9:30. The next agenda item is discuss, consider Lincoln County Agricultural Week proclamation. I am going to deliberately kind of stall for about 2 minutes so that something this important, the TV, can be set up on time. And get remarks from you all, because it's not about us this week. It's about each of you out there and what you do for this county and this country. I wanted you to get your proper recognition. We get it every week up here. We don't need it today, but this is National Ag Week. And before I go as far as to read that proclamation and have discussion with this board, I want to make sure they're set up. And when I do read the proclamation, I'm going to respectfully ask that if the board can be behind me, and that if each and every one of you can be up as a backdrop, because that's what this proclamation is about. So, Andre, how are we doing back there? You got a good on a sound check?
Yes.
Okay, I'll get my breathing clothes on. I'd ask to have this on here. Is there anything that anyone on the board would like to say prior to the actual formal reading of the proclamation? Now, if there is, I can certainly open it up to anybody on the board.
I would just like to say that in my morning prayer this morning, we offered prayers for the ag community. We sure appreciate everything that not just the ag producers, but also the businesses that support them and come alongside them do for Lincoln County. You guys are, and your legacy that you will leave to your children, and the legacy that your parents and grandparents left to you is what makes Lincoln County so great. It's why we're all here. So this was a real honor. It was one of the better jobs I've been asked to do, is reach out to my friends and my neighbors and invite you in today to be recognized. So that's all I have.
And other than me just having a few acres and a couple of horses that I spend too much money on hay for, the rest of these people are in agriculture, so appreciate the people around the table. Having said that, I'm going to try to set up out here a little bit, and we'll see if we can get staged for an impromptu regular meeting, right, guys? All right. You want to follow me out board, please? I don't know how we're going to do this, Andre. I don't know if you're going to need to back up, but I'd like to have everybody in this room behind us as a backdrop so you can be part of this. So hop up and let's get this done. Kent, you guys come in right behind me.
You want to fill in right back there?
This will look real natural, right, guys?
That's what everybody's gonna say.
Oh, somebody might have to scoot down.
Oh, you can. Feel free, Billy. Go ahead and
there you go.
go back in there.
Get in tight so we can get you in there. David, everybody, I hope you want to do it.
How you doing?
The more you curve toward the middle, the better it's gonna be, at least for me.
So, you guys tell us when we're framed and we're ready.
Okay.
I think we're good from my perspective.
Yeah, we're good from my perspective.
So now I'm not covering you
Now, if I
guys.
can just read this thing and not screw it up, okay? You guys ready? Here we go. I don't mean to have my back to you, I'm supposed to be talking to you, but I'm a politician, so, you know where my face is going.
We got your back, Jeff.
All right. Here we go. It says Board of Commissioners, Lincoln County, Nebraska proclamation. Whereas agriculture is the #1 industry in Nebraska
and a fundamental part of the state's history. And whereas food brings people together, and Nebraska farmers and ranchers produce delicious, high-quality, safe, and affordable food for our state, our country, and the world. And whereas 1 in 4 jobs in Nebraska are related to agriculture, and Nebraska's ag industry adding $31.6 billion to the state's economy in 2022. And whereas Nebraska ranks #1 among all states for beef and veal exports, commercial cattle slaughter, agricultural cash receipts per capita, and Great Northern Green production. Whereas Lincoln County's leading commodities are cattle and calves, corn wheat, soybeans, and that doesn't read right. And whereas ethanol, operating plants in Nebraska and Lincoln County produced more than 2.3 billion gallons in 2023, ranking Nebraska as second in the nation in ethanol production. Whereas Lincoln County ranks 3rd in the state in all cattle and calf inventory, 4th in beef inventory. Whereas Lincoln County farmers and ranchers are committed to being good stewards to the land and implementing conservation practices that preserve our precious natural resources. And whereas Lincoln County supports the next generation of people working in agriculture by teaching about agriculture careers, options, leadership opportunities in ag. And whereas Lincoln County would like to extend their appreciation to all who have shown dedication, perseverance in growing our states through agriculture. Now therefore, I, Joseph R. Hughley, Chairman of the Lincoln County Board of Commissioners, do hereby proclaim the week of March 17th, 2023, March 17th through the 23rd, 2024, as Agriculture Week in Lincoln County. And having said that, these people do a heck of a lot better at their job than I just did blundering through that proclamation. But we get the idea. So what I'd like to do, if possible, is to ask each one of you, starting with, we always go left to right, so we're going to be different. I'm going to put this guy on the spot right here. To state your name, if you would, and kind of what you do, and tell us a little bit about your operation.
So, Bob Wiseman Hershey with F&W Farm, family operation, established.
Hang on, could you restart that one more time?
Take 2.
Okay, Bob Wiseman Hershey with F&W Farm, family operation, established in 1897. We're very diversified, cattle, cow-calf, feedlot, yearling, farm, row crop, hay, like I say, family operation.
Good. Okay, let's go over to Marvin. Let's skip our commissioners for a second.
Marvin Knoll, southwest North by about 30 miles, and we farm and run yearling cattle, supply calves and fall and back running, and we farm corn and soybeans. And I got son-in-law and a little bit of iron.
Nancy Cipher Nelson from Sutherland. We used to raise about 10,000 poultry chickens to butcher, but now we're only processing for other people, so there are still people that can eat the fresh chickens. And then we milk cows and calving out about 60 head of yearlings this year.
David Hibner, this is my youngest son Matthew Hibner. We have a small cow-calf operation on the east side of North Platte, and we produce hay and alfalfa. I'm a 5th generation ag producer in Lincoln County, and Matthew will be the 6th generation.
Awesome.
All right, Holly Everett with the Nebraska Department of Agriculture. just happy to receive an invitation to be here today to support and say thank you and honor our Nebraska producers for the work that they do, providing feed, fuel, the things that we depend on every day. So thank you to you all.
So Randy Sainer, Extension Educator from Lincoln County, or Lincoln, Logan, McPherson counties, and I work with ag producers, livestock producers to help them hopefully be more profitable and sustainable.
Jump across the table to the young lady. Yes, ma'am.
Young lady, thanks, Joe. Our family farm ranch operation began in April 21st, 1919, when John's grandmother's grandfather purchased the place, which John and I still live on. I guess I'm Gayleen McCall, my husband John, my son Ben, grandson Hagen, son-in-law BJ Wilson. We're a family and we work together every day, from cattle to haying, the whole farming, the whole circle. These guys can talk.
John, anything you need to add? If not, we'll ask Levi.
My great-great-granddad Smith bought that place in 1919. I'm the 5th generation. This young man's the 7th generation. What more can I say?
Your last name?
McCall.
All right.
Levi?
Levi Fisher, 4th generation Nebraska rancher, Hershey. Just have a cow-calf and yearling operation, which might rely pretty heavily on my daughters to be able to help make that go. So.
And I mentioned I like the dark cowboy hat back there a little better, Ben. I remember I was falling off a horse a couple times trying to move some cattle with Ben, and he said, you know, Joe, you're getting too old, you gotta work smarter, not harder. He said, watch this, he'd give a couple whistle on his cow dogs. They brought that stuff up that we've been trying to do for about 20 minutes. Ben, you still got those good dogs?
I still have one of them.
All right. Go ahead if you wanted to fill in back there, whatever you'd like to say.
Paul Orr, we're just west of North Platte, on Platte Valley Road, north of the highway. My grandpa, Boss Wachter, started sharecropping in the Hershey area in the 1930s, and then started farming in the valley in the 40s on his own. So we farm row crop, corn, soybeans, prairie hay, alfalfa, cow-calf operation. We summer our cattle mostly north of North Platte. And that'd make myself and my wife Nikki 3rd generation, and we'd like to continue what we do in Lincoln County.
I'm Rob Starr, 5th generation producer. We've been in Lincoln County, started with my great-granddad and great-great-granddad in 1912, and we're still farming and ranching in the same place where we started. And we do every aspect of beef production. We do everything from start to finish, sort of finishing yard, and we also have retail beef here in North Platte, Birdwood Beef.
Was it that opening here last year, the year after, before that was
May
great operation?
After we've been open a year.
Yeah. County board members, anything you'd like to say?
No, I'm speechless.
I just appreciate all my neighbors and everybody in Lincoln County that keeps agriculture alive and well.
Okay.
Before you guys get out of there,
Just a second, let me finish and then we'll let you go. All right? Jerry.
As a retired veterinarian, having practiced in this area for a number of years, the agriculture community in this county and in this area has been very good to me and my family. Thank you all.
Now,
Thank you.
on behalf of myself and my 3 colleagues, we're going to give you a hand.
Joe had things going pretty well for me to keep up with your IDs until we got here, and then we started jumping all over, and at that point I kind of lost it. I would rather try to get everybody's name into the identification if I can. Are you John?
I'm John McCall.
Okay, that was what I wasn't clear about. And then Jeff, you are?
Levi.
Levi McCall.
Fisher.
Fisher.
Yep.
And you're from what area?
Hershey.
Hershey. And
North Hershey.
And you guys are North Platte Stockyards. What, rural North Platte?
Southwest North Platte.
Yeah, so southwest, not inside North Platte, though.
No.
That's what I mean, rural North Platte. Okay,
No.
back row, and you are, again, please.
Paul or me?
Well, I can go right and left, I'll figure it out
probably
later.
Well, if you want to keep
Ben
one family
Ben
together.
That's right.
Hall,
This is
okay.
Hagan.
And Hagan,
Hagan.
Hagan,
Yep.
okay. And then
BJ Wilson.
BJ Wilson, and you guys are all rural North Platte?
They're all the same kind of operation family.
Yeah.
Right,
McCall.
and then you were Paul Orr, and where were you relative to town?
Northwest.
Platte Valley School area, yeah, west of North Platte.
West of North Platte, and then you were
Rod Star,
STRR,
1R.
1R, okay,
Just put ditto beside Paul's.
okay. Also west of North
Close, pretty close.
All right, got it, thank you.
While he's talking, would you just stand in the middle and I'll get a quick picture? Yeah, you
Oh,
Hold it.
you guys just stay there.
Good.
He come and get you.
You were on Facebook.
He come and get you.
all right.
Let me get a.
Where's your proclamation?
Oh, where did
Right
I?
here.
Yeah.
Let me turn that around, thank you.
Yeah, I did lose it, actually, to be honest.
Well, I blundered and I should have.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, cheese.
Tammy, I am smiling.
Hang on 1 second. All righty, thank you very much.
Now, Andre, you can see why I wanted you here. It's pretty important part of our county right here. Thank you all for coming in. And I, you know what? I'm glad you made your people made it in here.
Hey, I tried to give Ben a heads up that I was going to
brother.
let's get up and
Liking
talk.
that.
Nancy got a scrub on her. See how this is Holly
Marvin, they don't have chores done yet. If you hurry, you can get back up.
Guys.
I can go down.
Marvin didn't tell you, but I actually invited in the Robinsons, and he said they had to stay home and do the real work.
I knew how that worked.
Yeah, have a good day.
Well, I'm glad the TV got that.
Yes, me
Hope
too.
they do
It was worth the wait.
They're going out to get an interview with some of those people, I'm glad. Next time I'm gonna have you read, Kent. Jesus, I kept losing my goddamn lines.
I could have run it for you.
Son,
You want me to make the motion?
It's too
oh,
timely.
whatever.
We haven't made a motion yet.
Yeah, we need to make a
Oh,
motion.
we don't need a motion actually on proclamations.
Oh, it's just a
something
proclamation.
that CEO
It's
does,
not a
the board.
resolution.
Discuss and consider, I didn't know if you had to.
I don't know why we would put it on that way, but if you'd like to.
Just in case.
Just do it, let's do it. It's on, do it. Entertain motion to, what does it say?
Chairman, regarding item 5, which we've just read, the proclamation of Agricultural Week for Lincoln County, I would like to formally approve that proclamation and recognize that we did in fact vote for its dedication and declaration. It says, basically, the motion would be to approve the Lincoln County Agricultural Week proclamation as was read into the record here a few minutes ago.
Second.
A motion and a second.
And a second again.
And a second to any discussion.
I just declare that every day in Nebraska should be Agriculture Day.
I forgot to tell you, I checked cows this morning, so I've
You
participated
did your
in
part,
Agricultural Week.
You're gonna get me all mixed up and I'm gonna forget we have to vote. So, roll call vote, please.
Weems.
Aye.
Wheeler.
Aye.
Woodruff.
Aye.
Hughley.
All right, thank you, guys. All right, where are we at here? Page 2. You know, this was supposed to be on at 9:40. Can we still consider this?
Let's just skip it.
I'm kidding. Jason, please introduce yourself, guys.
Jason Schultz, Lincoln County Highway Superintendent.
Brian Gloss, Lincoln County Assistant Highway Superintendent.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So per our plan and our budget, we're here to show you the pricing we've received on a road disc purchase for the county. And I believe, did you guys get the breakdown or just the quotes? Okay.
We got the
Okay, so you
breakdown.
got that. So we did receive two prices actually. Third one actually declined to price the road disc, so attached are the prices. And the low price is from NMC Caterpillar for the Rome disc, purchase price of $35,000. Relating to the budget, this was in a line item in our budget. Our line item for the budget item was $28,000. So it is over our line budget, but considering the savings on the tractor and mower that we already have purchased in our budget, which was almost $9,000, so we do, it still fits within our budget overall for our acquisitions.
What, Jason, what did you say you had budgeted?
28.
I'm not gonna throw cold water on it, but why it hadn't been set that long since we got one. Do we know why it?
It was actually 2018, I believe, when we
Oh,
purchased
then
the
it
last
was. I
one.
stand corrected.
So
All right.
we tried to make our best guess at budget time.
You answered my question,
Okay.
thank you.
You ready for a motion?
You betcha.
Chairman, in light of the fact that the superintendent has pointed out, this is within his overall aggregate budget with savings and another capital acquisition, would move to approve the purchase of a Rome brand model TAW-16 road disc from NMC Caterpillar here in North Platte for the amount $35,000.
Second.
A motion and a second, any discussion? Roll call, please, Tammy.
Weems.
Aye.
Wheeler.
Aye.
Woodruff.
Aye.
Hughley.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Did I miss one?
No, you did.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
We're okay, I got it.
You did your job, Kent.
I don't find an 85.
You guys can deduct my pay next week.
I didn't find an 85, and unless I buried it and it got passed through. I was kind of hoping David would stick around.
He's going to. I invited him to stick
Oh.
around.
Because I wanted to
Yeah.
talk about
Good.
I've got an update
Good.
on that, so,
Yeah.
a positive one.
Oh, yeah, as of about 20 minutes after the hit the fan, right?
Yeah, didn't take long.
I actually had a conversation with him before your email came out and then had invited him. He's also going to go with me later to another meeting.
Thank you, Tammy, for taking care of us back there and getting the pictures and stuff. Thank you. And also, thank you for your work on the proclamation. It's 9:55. Next agenda item is discuss and consider authorizing the chairman to sign a 2024 professional services agreement with TC Engineering for engineering services pursuant Nebraska revised statute 813445. Mr. Warbelow, do you want to come forward, please?
I wasn't sure. Tom Wardlow, TC Engineering. I wasn't sure I should be here, so I thought I'd come over. Tyler and I visited a little about this, and it's just the same thing we've been carrying forward in the past, so nothing new. But we thought we should formalize it since we're going to be doing some more work here, so.
Yep.
Any questions, I'd be glad to answer.
This is the exact same agreement we had with Tom last year and the year before that. The only thing that's really changed is the date on it. The compensation structure is the exact same. The whole point of having the agreement with Tom is to satisfy the Architects and Engineers Act, since we've got public works projects in excess of the amount that triggers that. So I figured before we get going on our overlay project, we should probably have an engineer.
Agreed, and Don's done a wonderful job for us.
I would echo that. He's an excellent person to work with, and he's been a great asset to
thank you.
Lincoln County.
Thank you.
Yes, thanks, Tom.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Tom, I think you're one of those people that are in most of every meeting I go to out in the villages. So I feel like sometimes we just follow each other around the county.
That's true enough.
You do a great job for all the communities.
Are you ready, Chairman?
I am.
Mr. Chairman, I would make a motion that we authorize you to sign the 2024 professional services agreement with TC Engineering for engineering services pursuant to Nebraska revised statute 81-3445.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion? Roll call vote, Tammy?
Woodruff.
Aye.
Weems.
Aye.
Wheeler.
Aye.
Hughley.
Aye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tom.
And I appreciate working with these guys. Got a good pair. Appreciate it. We'll see you this afternoon.
All right. Thank you.
He left you. Needed to have him sign it. You gotta come. Stand up.
I asked David Hibner to stick around to join us in conversation at the end of the meeting.
He's gone deep. Down the hall. I didn't see him. Must have hiked it right out.
I have a feeling we must have something on concerns. They said, in a sense, back to the second grade, lessons. It's from the classes, so it's in the right line.
Got it.
So we
So is this going to be?
those things can come together.
Just ask.
Yeah, you should have said that. No, because I screw around and don't get stuff done on time. I didn't get my stuff done, so I'll do it later. I have an understanding with mine. I did have my grandson load up my truck with horse feed last night, though, so I didn't have to carry it.
Works smarter, not harder.
That's right. Oh, that was cool to watch him turn those dogs out on those cattle.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Clayton's got one of those dogs.
Isn't that incredible?
Went and got some cows out of the Box Elder Canyon, and we'd have never got them.
Oh my
That
God.
dog went up and over that draw and down through all that brush and flushed out 5 head of cows.
Oh my God.
Put them down on the road.
Those trees get a little thick down in there, don't they?
Yeah, that's, I'm not so sure, there's probably not Native Americans still down there.
You know, I was always the dummy. They'd say, well, get off your horse, go down in there in those cedar trees and get them.
Yeah. Easier said than done.
It wasn't so bad because you'd slide down. It was getting back up the damn hill.
Getting back up, put the reins over his neck, let him go by and grab his tail and let
Oh,
him
no,
pull
he
you.
was up there. I was down hands and knees down in the trees. No, the horse wasn't the dummy. I was.
That's a big deal for Carglass, what they have.
You know what? I am really confused because I thought the Paul that lived in a place by the trees that always just have the pheasant in it. I thought he passed away, so John must be his son, because the old grandpa originally must have lived in that house. Because there was only a woman there about 20 or 25 years ago.
So where John and Galen live now is up on the canal, and that was Martha and Warren Woodcock's place.
Yeah, but there's one right across the road from where,
Dykes live? Yeah, that was Lynn and Dorothy McCall.
Oh, yes,
John-
yes.
John is their son.
yeah, that's who I'm thinking
Yeah,
of,
and
yes.
John and Galen did live there for a while,
Yeah,
but they
okay.
moved over to.
I'm with you. Because,
Now Ben and his wife are moving into the old house there, right?
No, Ben and his wife bought Dr. States or Rates' place on Walker Road.
Huh.
They've been there for quite a while.
Rates.
Rates, was it Rates?
Jack Race.
Yep.
Jack, right?
boy, I know.
I can never, because there was Rates and States
States, yeah.
that both lived there, and
The guy before him.
I was very good friends with that guy before him's daughter. He was a unique
Didn't pull a
gentleman.
gun on you, did he?
Yes. Yes.
Pulled one on Jim Hawk. Put it in his back. The guy that owned it before Jack Rates bought it.
Yeah.
He was out there surveying.
So my
Ask
husband,
Hawks about it sometime.
my
You're
husband.
talking about Jack Raich?
No.
No, no.
The guy before.
The guy that owned
Oh,
it before he
oh.
bought it. He got a little
Oh, you know
carried
what?
away.
Listen to me. I know, I'll bet you I know the place you're talking about. Where there's the two grumpy old brothers that got a little old house with the trees around it?
I don't know about the brothers.
Because they pulled a gun on me.
This guy, Jim was new to the county and his son worked for me part-time 25 years ago. He said, yeah, my dad kind of went off the deep end. But ask Jim about it. He was out there surveying and he stuck a gun in his back.
We're neighborhood people, and
Yeah.
my husband broke down on the highway and Instead of walking,
It was pretty scary.
yeah, instead of walking into their place, he went to Jerry Lancaster's house.
Wow.
Yeah. But I was good friends with his daughter. None of them are around anymore.
So this place was on Walker Road?
Yes, right on Walker. It has the little gazebo, and there was a big barn right out by the road for the longest time, and it finally collapsed.
Yeah,
And now it's
but does it have trees around it? Is it a little?
around the back side of the house. There's lots of trees around the
Yeah.
back side of the house. And then there's a
Okay,
pivot of alfalfa straight to the west of
One
it.
glitch, I guess.
It's the same place, I think.
I'm sure it is.
That guy was
I
nuts.
made note of it.
Absolutely
Didn't find that
nuts.
number. So that's just awesome.
Yeah, it's one place I never pulled back into that. So
I delivered phone books to them.
But
And
why
they
did I
never-
think they were brothers?
It was a man and a woman.
I just saw the guy, but the guy was nuts. I told my son, don't ever go up in there and ask him.
He wasn't just protective of his house and property, he was protective of the whole area, including the road.
Guy was nuts. I don't know what I did, but somewhere out there I lifted my shoulder up. Like hell. So how's that feel, Kent, to be able to go home a little earlier now with the signing those claims first? It's pretty nice sitting down there, isn't it?
Well-oiled machine, that's all I can say.
As long as Jerry picks all the mistakes up on the back end there, we're still okay.
All right, last one.
Are they still in the house?
Probably.
Good, hopefully it's still talking to Is Jeremy Knowles related?
No.
I didn't think so, but when he said where he lived and then with them being not that far apart, you know?
No, not that far apart.
So I thought, well, maybe there was some land that,
Nope, two different families.
so Jeremy, ride down at Kipling this weekend, my grandson, you know, did a good job.
Yeah.
Grandson didn't do so good.
Uh,
Neither of my grandsons did.
Well, as long as they learn something.
He did.
Get the experience.
Yeah, he just didn't, he got up to the cow, that his eye were usually getting it would turn back, but it didn't, it kept going, he needed to get ahead of it to actually turn it back. It was, first cow, they gave him one because it was so dead, the second one was too long. Anyway, you learn, and that's how you do it, I guess.
Whatever cow you draw to
Okay.
makes a big difference.
Next item, discuss, consider authorizing the chairman to sign purchase option notice to the North Platte Chamber and Chamber of Commerce and Development Corporation to purchase property located at 18610 Highway 30, Hershey, Nebraska. Counselor, you want to give us a quick update here, please?
So this is the first small step on the road to the county taking ownership of what was formerly known as the Greenbrier Building. The lease we have with the chamber requires that us provide them with some notice that we intend to exercise our option. That's what the document in front of you is doing. It's simply giving them notice we're going to do that. I've been discussing that with their attorney. It appears all the ducks are in a row on their end. This option notice will trigger a couple of things to happen. One is that'll get the ball rolling on a title commitment. Two, that gets the ball rolling on closing for the terms of the lease. That's supposed to be within 60 days. And then I have somewhat recently discovered that Nebraska law requires us to get a certified appraisal on property we purchased that is estimated at a value of more than $100,000. I believe the county has a couple of certified appraisers on staff, so we may be able to get that done pretty quickly and cheaply. The statute doesn't actually say what happens if you don't get an appraisal or what you're supposed to do with it. So it just says certified.
Thank you.
Are you ready for a motion?
I am ready for motion. Thank you, Ken.
Chairman, I would move to authorize your signature for purchase option notice to the North Platte Area Chamber of Commerce and Development Corporation to purchase the property located at 18610 Highway 30, Hershey, Nebraska.
Second.
Motion and a second. Discussion.
And what is that purchase amount?
$1.
Thank you.
Do we need to get a loan for that?
Other questions?
Yeah, it's just like we spelled it out to begin with.
Yes.
Tammy, roll call?
Weems.
Aye.
Woodruff.
Aye.
Wheeler. Aye. Hughley.
Aye. Mr. Volkmer, do we have need for a closed session?
We do not.
Okay. Time here, concerns from elected officials, department heads, or their representatives. Are there any department heads, elected officials, or their representatives that would like to make comment? I think that would be a yes.
Yes. Jerome Kramer, Sheriff.
Penny Ball, Jail Administrator.
Good morning.
Morning. We just, every once in a while, I kind of like to get you guys updated on some stuff that's happening in the jail, and as we know, some expenses kind of kick us in the rear once in a while, and just some stuff that's kind of pending and some stuff that's happened. There's nothing major, just stuff you ought to know. We have, recently, we had a guy that decided to snort his Benadryl rather than take it orally, and he left our facility unconscious, and of course we didn't know what was wrong with him, so they did 10,000 tests on him, and our original bill was $137,000. Penny went to work negotiating on that and got it down to $32,000.
Wow. Good job, Penny.
Her and I had a discussion and discussed some strategy. She called him back and got it down to $12,000.
Awesome.
So, and we're $20,000 under our medical line item, so it's not going to be.
Could you call them back? Maybe they could pay us some.
Well.
Thank you, Penny.
Magic has been worked.
And
thank you both.
And I have to deal with that on a daily basis. She's tough.
You ever bought a motor grader, didn't
Recently.
We had a little learning experience with our parole. We do parole holds here, always have. But then we found out the hard way that parole doesn't pay for medical. In their contract with the parolee,
it says the parolee will be responsible for their medical, which leaves us in a bad spot because we took them there for service. The parolee has no means of paying, so from now on, as soon as we get them in our facility, we'll be loading them up in a van and taking them to D&E. We're not gonna hold them anymore. So, if that's the way they wanna do business, we can get along. Brandon Gherkin, the one that was at Bryan Memorial for so long, we paid the security bill on that. We've never got a medical bill on that yet, so I don't know what efforts they're making, but we're keeping our fingers crossed. We were housing an inmate for Adams County. He went into seizures, had him at the hospital, and he stayed in touch with Adams County. Good conversation. They ended up, Nisbet Security out of Lincoln that handled the security at Gherkin came up, did the security here. As soon as he was stabilized, he was sent back to Adams County. We have no bills there. That'll all be on Adams County. One that's pending that we don't know what's gonna happen is we had the gal that went to the hospital and died. We don't have any bills on that yet.
Not yet.
So, just trying to keep you abreast on what's going on over there, so.
Appreciate it.
Sheriff, while you're here, Chairman, would you indulge me?
I will.
LB 894 regarding the certification of law enforcement to be a county sheriff, file for sheriff.
Right.
You're familiar with the bill?
And the latest amendment?
And the latest amendment, yes, which was short and sweet and to the point. Senator Rybach said, either take that amendment off or else.
Right.
She'll pull it, I believe. But anyway, I want to thank David Hibner, one of my constituents who brought this to light and wrote an excellent editorial for the Bulletin regarding that nonsensical notion that Senator Wayne put forward in the amendment to make DACA people, I'm not going to call them citizens because they're not, eligible to become sheriff even though they're allowed to have firearms according to the ruling. But help is on the way apparently. I've heard this morning that, in fact, I had Tyler pull up the amendment and it's short and sweet, about 20 words. She's pulling Senator Wayne's amendment off of her bill. That's her bill. She authored it, sponsored it. So hopefully there's some sanity in the room. But it does concern me, and he's not here to defend himself because he's busy taking care of things in Lincoln, but I am very, very curious why our own state senator and Senator Brewer, who's always a staunch law enforcement guy, backed to that amendment from Senator Wayne to begin with. Why it got as far as it got, I don't know the answer, but that's all I'll say about that.
I think I can address somewhat for the senator, but I'm not speaking for him, and please know that I'm not speaking for Senator Jacobson. I did speak to him 2 or 3 times, and David, thank you not only on his behalf, but I'm going to thank you on behalf of this board, unless somebody says different, because we're right on. You pointed out some things that I didn't know. You pointed out some things that the senator didn't know. But thanks to your letter and some correspondence from people around this table and other people, once those things became aware, there were some actions in Lincoln that happened very quickly to make sure that went no further. We know that oftentimes different senators will offer amendments to bills, and as part of, like it or not, it's a political process that sometimes some senators will back bills for others, and sometimes they may want an amendment themselves. When they found out some facts, thanks to you, that was quickly corrected. And so I've not spoke with Senator Brewer. I can only tell you what speaking with Senator Jacobson.
Yeah, I haven't either, but I'm just speaking, I'm wondering out loud how it got to this point, because I understand the give and take. I understand that for this consideration. I'll support you here. But that amendment is so far off the grid as far as making any sense. I don't understand how they just simply signed off on it.
I would have been surprised to even hear that from California.
Yeah.
Sure as hell not in Nebraska.
Yeah.
And Senator Jacobson had a meeting here in town I went to the other night, and we had a discussion before the meeting, and he made it very clear that he was in support of the original bill, which I am too.
Right.
But he was gonna pull his support from any of it if that didn't disappear, so. And I didn't even know, and I've heard that there was I find this hard to believe, but I get surprised, that there was a sheriff in Nebraska that supported it.
That would be hard to believe.
That would be hard to
Supported
believe.
the amendment?
Yes.
Maybe did he have all the facts, I wonder?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, okay, that might.
I don't know who it was even.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure I wanna know.
Yeah.
I know for me, David, your article was very informative, and I think that it speaks to listening to people with practical experience. You worked in that industry for a long time, and I think you can contribute a lot to many conversations in our community. So thank you for stepping up and writing that article. It was very impactful.
You know, this is an example of how you have to really stay on top of what the legislature's doing toward the end of session, because things get thrown together on popular bills and you end up with some trash in there.
Yeah.
And then you gotta spend the next legislative session fixing it, so.
I'm gonna go a little bit outside of the limb though, because it says here concerns from elected officials, department heads, or their representatives. So I would fall in that category. And David, if there's something you would like to say without going in too much depth or anything, because it's really our time, I would invite you to come up and make a statement if you wish to do so.
Absolutely.
Okay, please.
Yeah, thank you for indulging me for a couple of minutes here. David Hibner. My background, I grew up in North Platte. I served under 4 U.S. presidents in the U.S. Border Patrol. Texas, Arizona, and California. Graduated at the top of my academy class in New Mexico. Promoted several times, ended up in Washington, D.C., had an office 3 blocks from the White House, and got to do some things I'm really proud of. I've since moved home and started an agricultural life here in Lincoln County. So the issue at hand, and I'm glad we have some recognition on it now. It was just swift and silent to add this amendment, the Wayne Amendment, to allow DACA Dreamers to be certified as law enforcement officers upon passage of LB 894. I used to deport DACA Dreamers on a daily basis after the Obama executive order. It's there are millions of people in limbo with court cases and without status, a legal federal status to be in the country, and they are one of them. They do have some prosecutorial discretion based off of that 12-year-old Obama executive order. They're by no means naturalized citizens or lawfully admitted permanent residents. They do not have a visa. And there's just no place for them in Nebraska law enforcement, let alone any of the other 49 states. So this was stunning to see. I can't make a statement for anyone who voted for it. I'll let them speak for themselves. I think on face value, there should have been some better discretion, in my opinion, before voting. The title itself is a hot topic, and there were quite a few conservatives that did formally vote yes to move this forward. So that was disappointing. I know that everyone doesn't have the answers on everything. I certainly don't. And I think that moving forward, that's going to be remedied on this specific topic. But yeah, there's just quite a host of reasons why they cannot be law enforcement officers in the country, and especially in a conservative state.
Appreciate it. Thank you, David.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, David.
Thank you very much.
Anyone else? Committee reports. Jerry, anything?
I have none, nothing to report.
Commissioner Woolley?
I had our monthly noxious weed board meeting, and I'm gonna pass around. If you guys remember last year, we gave them the budget to purchase some new equipment for going off-road and spraying noxious weeds in the county. And so Todd sent a picture along with me. They also had their regional inspector come out and do an inspection of the county weed facility, and they received, out of a 3,400 possible score, they received a 3,300. And I am told that that's a very tough audit, and that's an extremely high score. So Todd and his team out at Noxious Weeds continue to raise the bar and do a good job. And that's the only committee meeting I had last week.
Thank you. Kit, anything?
I don't have anything for you this morning.
We just add that Region 2 Human Services and Human 2 Services, which deals with both alcohol and drug abuse, as well as the mental health aspect of that. We've individually contacted our senators regarding the governor's proposed cut in some funding. Our region happens to be one of the most efficient regions there was. I can tell you we have good senator support from our senator. It looks like maybe that some of those cuts we're hoping will not happen, but that's still kind of a work in progress. So that's the only thing that I have.
That's good. That is good news based on the fact that they've gobbled up most of their surplus on paper. It's about gone.
They have, and it's trying to give it away to somebody else that I think is probably less deserving. But so I'm glad that we have some people that are willing to listen. And again, I think it's just getting that information, just getting them the facts so that they can sort of do their job for the constituents. So that's all that I have. Anything else for the good of the cause? If not, we will adjourn